Hey you guys, so I picked these flowers on my run yesterday, so I just wanted to bring them to you in this video. I made some videos yesterday from my members channel. Be sure to check that out. I have a link in the description about a race to the bottom when it comes to sex workers, because I have friends who are sex workers and I used to be a sex worker. So in the membership channel I talk about sex worker stuff. I don't put that on this channel. I mean, it's only for members, and so feel free to check that out if that topic interests you. And today I woke up, I listened to Chris Williamson's podcast. I love his guests, I love his podcasts. And today he had on Mary Eberstadt. Now, I've heard her name before. I don't remember who was mentioning her, one of her former students in an interview on Chris Williamson. But anyway, the topic today was about the sexual revolution and has it harmed women. Now, she happens to be a conservative religious person, but I think that's beside the point. She says that the sexual revolution has benefited predatory men at the expense of romance, non-predatory men, women, and children. And it just spoke to my heart. I had to put that on Twitter immediately, and I had to make this video. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Let me put these flowers down. Just a moment. And it's so true, because it doesn't benefit children at all, or women. We're not thriving. Neither are the non-predatory men. It's just the men that are pushing and that want no strings attached sex. And I'm not making them wrong for that. I'm not making them wrong for that. People are allowed to want what they want. It's not like these, when I say predatory men, I don't know what I don't think she meant either that men are like raping women. I don't think they're doing that, but they're pushing and they're demanding and they're wanting, and some of them are getting. And so it's kind of a race to the bottom for women to have no standards. And maybe that's one of the reasons that men no longer feel enchanted by women. They don't feel attracted to women. In the 18 to 25 year age group, half of men have never asked a woman on a date. Maybe the charm and allure that we had is just gone. It's not drawing them in. Could it be that instead of these men having something wrong with them, that they're just sensual men who would be attracted to a sensual woman? And women have kind of lost that in their race to the bottom to sexualize themselves, to give men easy access to their bodies, skipping all the other things that make the romance and the allure and the mystery and the erotic. So like I said, I have friends who are in the sex worker industry, and so this is something that I was that I'm also going to be probably putting in my new book, but that there's a race to the bottom in giving men no strings attached, anonymous access to our bodies. When I say our bodies, I'm speaking of women in general. Whether they're doing it on Instagram, they don't even have to buy Pornhub. They can just go on Instagram and jerk off. When I first started my channel, I used to have a lot of guys email me. They don't anymore. I think I'm too intimidating. I don't know. But they used to email me and tell me that they would masturbate to my voice because they liked my voice. It doesn't really take that much. It just goes to show you that, I'm just dressed like this, and they think it's sexy. And I wonder if there are men masturbating to me right now. And I'm only saying that because it doesn't take that much for a man to get turned on. That's what I'm trying to say. In some countries, they're wearing burqas and their ankles are showing, or the eyes can get a man turned on. The ankles. Just the movement of a burqa flowing. It doesn't take that much, you guys. So flaunting everything is just kind of like... It takes away, men like a little foreplay too. They get drawn in by the mystery, by the allure, by the foreplay. It's kind of like when you're cooking a meal. I mean, it's one thing to be like, I'm hungry, I'm going to order something with DoorDash, and I do that too. It's kind of lazy, but there's a different feeling when you go to the garden and pick your vegetables, or you go to the grocery store, the farmer's market, and then you cook it and you smell it and you've prepared it, and you're having maybe, you know, listening to some music or wine while you're making it, and you get the satisfaction, and your effort has gone into it, and you created it, and now it's all done, and the aromas have kind of got your juices flowing, and you set a nice placemat or tablecloth, and you light the candles, and you know, you put on, I mean, you could do that anywhere with the DoorDash food, but it's not the same, because the DoorDash food comes to the door, they leave it at the door, you know, you have to unpack it, it's already a little bit cold. There's just a different feel to it. And what I'm trying to say is that when women just flaunt everything, it's a different feel than if you had to get to know the woman, and you know, you gradually undressed her, or you went on a few dates and built some kind of different feeling before you even saw her naked. So there's a lot that we're missing. There's a lot that we're missing. And so men don't even need to buy porn. They're so used to getting no strings attached sex. These Instagram, on Instagram, I don't have Instagram anymore, but I've seen it. They're just flaunting their bodies around, you know. You could, as a guy, you don't need to pay, you don't need Pornhub, because you got it right there. They could masturbate to that. And it seems like these women are so easy, not only there, but on Pornhub. There's free porn. Now, you guys know I have it just for fans, but I don't give out any nude pictures for free. It's all behind a paywall. That's why I like just for fans. I mean, the same would be with OnlyFans or ManyVids or these other sites. All the content is behind a paywall. So men have to pay to see that, which to me is better, and it's not violent and crude. It's not, to me, that's not a race to the bottom. In my opinion, you can disagree. But the point I was trying to make is that there are so many spaces. Men are used to seeing naked women everywhere. On Instagram, on Pornhub, at the tip of your phone. At the tip of your phone, you can see a woman taking, you know, doing things that normal women wouldn't even do, like Greek. How many women do Greek? Most women will never do Greek. And if they do it, they're going to do it with their husbands, okay, that they trust. They're not going to do it with some random stranger for a video, especially two random strangers. It's just a horror. That's just a whole different topic that I just find that absolutely grotesque. No woman enjoys two dicks in her ass, okay? That's what they do. I've seen it. And that was the woman who was found unalived. She did it to herself. And so I was curious about her, and I looked her up. And her videos are those kind of videos. I'm like, nobody can thrive doing that kind of stuff. It's going to drive you to suicide. Okay. Now, also on Twitter, there are a lot of sex workers who post things. But then there are also women on Tinder who come right over to your house. They come right over to your house. The women on Tinder. And I knew a guy, and he was a very average-looking guy. Believe me, he was nothing. He was short. He was not, no six-pack abs, just this average-looking guy. And he told me, he did get married to one of my friends. That's how I know him. He got married to one of my friends. Again, short guy, no six-pack abs, but she's gorgeous. She fell in love with him, okay? So don't tell me you need to be tall to get a wife. But nonetheless, before they got married, he was on Tinder. And he told me about at least one woman who came straight over to his house, fucked him, and left. Also, I know that from Twitter that there are men contacting these women who are sex workers. And these guys just want to give their name and want the address and want to come right over. You know, hey, are you available? Because they post the screenshots. Hey, are you available? Can I come over? What's your address? They don't want to give any information about themselves. They don't want to pay a deposit. They want to invest nothing. They want no strings attached access to this woman's body for a massage, for a BDSM session, for a full service session, whatever the woman is offering, because I don't know what they all offer. I just see the screenshots of the text messages. And there are men who, whether they're clueless or have no social skills or whatever, that go around expecting to be given a woman's address to come over to get access to her body without investing anything. Of course, these women are in a business, so there's not going to be like romance and dating and all that erotic time together. But they also don't want to give their name or their address. They don't want to give their address. They want your address. They don't want to pay a deposit to invest that they're actually going to show up, because some of them don't even show up. I've even seen some women who are like, they get annoyed, so they give the guy the address of like the local police station or something and have the guy drive there. But there are men who are expecting this. They don't want to invest anything. Okay, they don't want to invest anything. They expect to give nothing and be invited to a woman's location to have access to her body for sex. Like, what the fuck is going on? This has just dawned on me in the last couple days. It's really dawned on me. Now, this is what I'm saying, is that most women are not going to allow that, but there are women who will allow that. There are women who go over to men's houses just to fuck them, and there are women who allow men to come over to fuck them and who have a revolving door of men, whether they have children or not, and it's the wounded woman, it's the sexually abused woman, and the traumatized woman, or the fatherless woman, but probably some kind of abused, neglected woman who leads with her sexuality and who doesn't know what is safe or not and what is proper or not, because she's not, has been allowed to feel internally what she feels and needs as a woman. And there are always a host of problems with women like that. They're going to be more emotionally reactive. They're going to be more avoidant or anxious. They're going to be more volatile. They're going to be more hostile. They're not going to be loyal to any man. They're going to be somewhat disembodied. They're going to be somewhat crazy. Probably have like a drinking or drug problem. They're not going to be submissive, feminine women, okay? So submissive feminine, like feminine women, women who love motherhood and children, whether they have them or not is irrelevant, but women who are like nourishing feminine women don't do that. So the question really becomes to me is that for a woman like me, and those of you watching my video, I'm sure feel kind of the same way, that you're feminine women with boundaries. The competition to get a man is these women. That's our competition, okay? Because we have to think about it as competition. Men also, you know, we're kind of like we're competing to get the attention of the opposite sex. What is the standard? What is the goal? And men, but see, men want access. When they want sex, they want the easy woman. But when they want a relationship, they want the woman with standards. But the question really is, how many men really value that woman with standards? That's really the question. That's the question that I have. Because the sexually abused woman is the competition. Women who are emotionally healthy and who are good moms require something of a man. We don't sleep around. We don't cheat on our partners. We don't have a revolving door of men. We don't see men after dark. We don't gag on cocks, take dicks in our ass, or do bareback with strangers. In return, you get a different kind of woman, a real woman. But in the race to the bottom, many men don't even know how to appreciate that. The question is, what percentage of men in our country value a woman that is capable of intimacy? And even furthermore, how many of them value that when all they want is sex? Because if all they want is sex and they go after these women who are the easiest to get, then they never have the experience of a woman with standards and boundaries. They never get to be with a woman like that, because women like that don't just offer themselves up to on a plate to strangers. And so I think it causes some disenchantment in men when the only women that they have sex with are these easy women. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm going to put the, I only listened to the first couple of minutes of the video. I'm like, I have to make a video on this because I've like really been feeling this like so strongly the last couple of days, and she was just talking about it today. But I'm going to put that video in the description below. And also, if you want to join the membership channel, I'd love to have you there. And also click subscribe so that you can get notified of my videos if you like them. And thank you for watching my video.